And we are back. Sorry for the disruption, man. We had to take a little break, but that was Authentic 415. Authentic 415 website. And I love the cinematography in that video. It was so authentic. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? Like being from the city, being from Fillmore, the vibe I got,
right,
showing IDB Wells, everything else like that. I felt nostalgic. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like
Yes.
it brought back a lot of good
Mhm.
memories to see that the evolution.
Yes.
It was such a beautiful evolution. Do
Oh,
you get what I'm
yes,
saying? Like
indeed.
to be up
Yes.
on the school steps,
Right.
to
And you've seen that and witnessed it yourself.
I witnessed it, and I know the energy
Right.
around San Francisco, around
Mm-hmm.
being from Fillmore, being on the Mac
Right.
block. So you know what I'm saying. So I really, that's a dope. That was dope. That
Cool.
was
Thank you.
dope. And have
Appreciate
you
it.
ever thought about writing a book?
I've had a few offers, people writing it.
Mm,
But I just feel like, and I mean, I know you can write more books. I just feel like I have more to be written. I have several good more chapters before I even write my book.
okay.
And yeah, I just as I was saying at the end of that video, don't let nobody else write your book. Put your own pages. Put your own writings in there. And yeah, for the most part, I just feel like yeah, I'm known for being a boxer, but
Hmm.
ultimately though, I feel like I want to. I know I am. I'm like it'll be like my life. It'll be like Kareem Hart and Mayfield did this, and he boxed. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like in addition, you know what I mean. Also, so I have a lot more chapters to write, and I'm looking forward to keep keep jotting it down and writing it in and filling it in.
I love that because I know that's when I came up with like for myself. It's like paint me dope. Like I'm the artist. I'm the one.
Right,
I'm the author. You know what I'm saying? I'm about
right,
to paint and illustrate myself. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Absolutely.
that's what this podcast was going to be named originally. So I like that. You know.
Right. Well, I've know you've been a ghetto poet. I've actually written some poetry before. Yeah.
Oh,
Would you like to hear it?
hell yeah.
Okay. It's called Soul Champ.
Okay.
Be the champion of your own soul. Um, every day you wake up can be a fight, and when you look in the mirror, your toughest opponent is staring right at you. This fight of life represents obstacles, knockdowns, and letdowns. And at the end of the day, the only thing you own is your soul. So own it. Be the best you. Win that daily fight. Be a champion of your own soul. Soul salvation. Soul champion. Win. Thanks.
I was gonna snap, but you know what I'm saying? I was trying to, you feel me? Look, we done got Kareem to say
Come
a
on, man.
poem. Come
Yes,
on,
yes.
man. I'm about to get you a hat.
Oh,
Shit.
ghetto poet. Let's go.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And you know what? You're so inspiring. Like I feel like another part of me wants to be elevated, and I would hope that any time somebody comes here that is something that I could take away and that the listeners get to take away from. You
That's
know what I'm
awesome.
saying?
That's
And you
beautiful.
definitely achieved that with
Thank you.
me.
I
And I'm
appreciate
sure
that so
anybody
much.
listening, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. How would people align their children with the soul
Soul Champ.
champ?
Yes. So, how the children would align with Soul Champ. So, my next cohort will be on the actually next season,
Mm.
which is the spring. And yeah, you can go to African American Art and Culture Center,
Oh,
and there will
okay.
be it'll be on the website within maybe the next by like February. It'll be on the website. So go to AAACC .org,
Okay.
which is African American Art and Culture Center
Mm.
Complex .org, and which is in the Fillmore District, 762 Fulton Street.
Okay.
And we only choose 15 children. We vet the children.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to be wasting our time. We don't want to be
Right.
wasting their time. So we
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they're interested and inspired to learn how to get their boxing skills up or just their confidence up and learn to tech. We know where the space, where the world is going. It's all in tech. If you're not involved in tech, you'll be left behind. And especially, African people, black people, black folks. We only represent like maybe I think it's like 3%
3% of the city.
of no, well, in the tech space,
Oh,
yeah, which is crazy.
right.
So anyhow, just trying to get them involved and just to show them that they can do it. A lot of
Mm.
time we think tech is like, oh, but they see actually, oh, I can do this. You know what I mean? I can actually and get a bag from it. Also, we offer scholarships to the rhythm school. That if they complete the program, they get a scholarship to almost like it's worth literally six figures. So we was able, my boy, shout out to Dante Burney again. He was able to lock that in at a tech school. So after they graduate our program, they get a scholarship. Where the scholarship, this program offers guaranteed six figure job after you
Oh,
complete,
wow.
which is only and that program is only 7 months, 6 to 7 months.
Okay, so what's the age range?
The age range is out of high school, like 18 and up.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. That's
hmm
what's up. And
Yeah.
do they have to be a San Francisco resident?
They don't in particular, but we
Mm.
try to focus
Right,
on,
on the San
yeah,
Francisco.
because yeah, we try
Okay.
to say,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, of course, I into helping whoever, but kind of gotta charity starts at home, so this is a
Right,
home, and so
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird when I see people that be like, "We're doing something over here." Be like,
I know, right? True.
where?
No, right.
You don't know nobody.
No, right.
Right.
Facts.
For strangers? Oh,
Right.
okay. You could have helped in your own
No,
backyard.
facts.
Yeah, that's a very commendable thing, and that's dope. 'Cause I feel like a lot of with these nonprofit organizations, they be poverty pimps to where
Mm-hmm.
they take from the community and then they leave the people that they just utilize to get all these grants and funding,
Right. No,
and they
exactly.
give nothing back to them. Like there's
No,
no
right.
restoration
That's
of.
true.
It's like, how do we, you know what I'm saying, like take from the community then give back. So that's a, and that make the full circle. And I
Right.
think that a lot more organizations need to be focused not
Right.
just on, okay, help one part, but okay, but how do we create the equity? How does this keep going? So having that segue into a six-figure job, like, come
Right.
on now, man,
No,
straight out of
exactly. Yes.
fresh out of high school, you
Fresh
told
out of
me.
high school, make
If
a
you'd have
bag.
told me I
Right.
could have been making in
No.
7 months,
Yes.
I'd have
Yes.
been up
No.
there,
Yes.
boy.
Absolutely.
What?
Focus.
Shit, I'm ready to
Focus.
pretend like I'm 16
No.
and join.
Right. No. For real. Shoot, man. For
For
real. For real.
real, for
Right.
real.
No, for real.
Shit, I'm about to be up
The
there like,
tech.
yeah,
Right.
I go
Absolutely.
to Everett. No, I'm just
Right.
playing.
Right.
But yeah, that's a excellent programming. Like that's we need more of that. I hope that other, you know what I'm saying, organizations take that route
Mm.
within giving like sustainability. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Sustainability.
Right, so that we could keep, you know what I'm saying, like being able to, because San Francisco hella expensive. So if like you don't own your home, like it's pretty tough to
No,
live
true.
out here.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, no back talk or backlash on the community-based organization because they're there to be a HUD or home, and
Hmm.
at the same time, in the same breath, I can say that you know definitely a lot of organizations should take a step at not just babysitting, at empowering
Right,
and
right,
teaching them something,
right.
studies, government spending money on babysitting, you know what I mean?
But I think that was, I think you actually hit the, you know, the hammer. How do you say the nail of the hammer or whatever the hell? You know I'm trying to say shit.
Hmm.
But
They
I
know.
think the community needs to be helped by the community. Like
Right,
if it ain't, like it needs to be us. It can't be these people coming externally and telling us what we need. It needs to be the people that are there that see what we need.
hey,
Us.
no, yes, I mean, like my homeboys, Rudy Corpus, his motto is from UP, United Players. It
Shout
takes
out
the
United
he
Players.
shouts out United Players. It takes the hood to
To say
save
the
the
hood.
hood.
Absolutely. See, that's why I love you. But before we end, you one thing, like I said, I've mentioned this a few times, like I really love, like one part of the video, I love the interaction with you and your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Growing up, running through Fillmore, I see y'all, and it's the same energy. Like
right.
it was authentic video. It's beautiful to watch. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
So I have two sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and I had three brothers. One, I have LaRon, and I have a stepbrother. Name is Brandon. And then I have a brother. I should say had a brother, but he's always my brother. So I have a brother named Shalim Tendo that was murdered by the police, Bart Station Police, maybe about it's been like 5 years now. And yeah, he was they took his life. He was with his um fiance and two children, and he had went to he was just leaving from coming from San Francisco. He had just moved, was getting away from the hood, doing his family thing,
Mm.
and moved to Oakland, and yeah, so some apparently something happened with some guy that was out there doing some type of selling some stuff on the street, shoes or something like that, something along them lines. And the dude, the story is kind of mixed up, but the dude basically threatened my brother while he was with um, my stepsister and nieces and nephew. And
Mm.
they started to argue, whatever, and dude pulled out a gun. Um, and the dude put out a gun, and my brother tried to disarm him, what have you. And yeah, so that's the story. But the story that they painted originally was that, that the officer heard a gunshot from across the street at the bar. The officer ran across the street and saw two people fighting, and one holding a gun. And so he told him to drop the gun. He didn't, so he didn't comply. So he shot. So fast forward maybe a few months later, during that time, after he died, we was just like trying to figure out what happened. And the police said that my brother was holding a gun and pointed the gun at him. And when he asked him to drop the gun, he didn't, and so he shot my brother. So then, so we were believing that narrative for that long, and then we were eventually able to go witness the video, the police cam, body cam, and we seen it was a total lie. Um, so they had painted the picture in the media that my brother had the gun and all that. So it was a total lie. There was a gun on the scene. The guy had a gun, but the gun was maybe at least 5 feet away from him. My brother actually disarmed him already,
Mm.
and they were wrestling. So they were wrestling, and my brother had hand skills too, hands and feet. Knew taekwondo, boxing. I mean, also kung fu wine. My brother knew how to fight good too, and I'm sure my brother disarmed him. So my brother was on top of him,
Mm.
and the police came up and said, "Put your hands up," or put that. He was obviously because the gun was over there. He's like, "Put your hands up," and literally, after not even giving them a chance, shot put three in my brother's back and
Mm.
killed my brother. Yep. And my brother went rolled over and was like, and you see my brother point and say like no, wrong guy, like like that was him. And yeah, he later died. And you know someone that was with our group actually recorded though
Mm.
the recording,
Mm.
which was a blessing because they were painting this picture that
Right.
my brother, and had a gun.
Mm.
So that recording went viral,
Mm.
and we started protesting. We had a good backing with people backing us protesting, and we protested for years, for several years, actually a couple of years, going to the bar station, going to the police station, going to the courthouse, going to many protesters. So and then, so we had mistrial after mistrial, which was crazy, like a bunch of mistrials, and which was a very unfortunate. We had to kind of relive the same video,
Right.
relive the
Right.
freaking, just everything, testimonies and what have you. So that definitely wasn't a good look, but ultimately we beat him in the civil case, and yeah, so interestingly enough, though, we beat him in a civil case, but um, compensation still hasn't been um, taken care of.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
So I know this stuff takes some time, but they were trying to have my mom to settle. I was like,
Mhm.
well, hey, settle. Whoop,
Mhm.
and they were like, her attorney was like, just settle because it's going to take maybe a few years to get this money if you don't. And my mom
Mhm.
like, I don't give a F about no few
Right, right,
years.
right,
I've already
right.
lost what I got. She was
Right.
like, I'm comfortable. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
in a rush for that money. I want the justice to be served.
Right.
And with that said, it's like, okay, like she was first of all, she wasn't in a rush for the money, even though he told her more it would take more years. She was just like, I don't care.
Right.
She ultimately wanted to where um they had uh to what's the term I'm looking for? They had to reference his case. Now they'll have to, since we won in court, they have to reference his case if a situation like that happens again. Like in the case of Shalim Tindall and um um I can't forget the devil name, Officer Mateo. Yeah, so he's, that was a beautiful thing. He's in, I guess you can say, in the history books. With him,
Right.
they got to reference his case. Because he lost. Yeah. Hmm.
What a I remember that time. I remember all the protests. I remember everything. I remember even like articles and stuff like that. So I'm glad
Right.
that because a lot of people, I think a lot of times they have they don't follow everything through, and they just
Yeah. Right.
they just kind of draw
Yeah. Exactly.
conclusions.
Right.
So I'm glad that you said everything that you said, and I'm
Right.
also glad that you said that they still playing with the
Yeah.
money
Right.
and things like that.
Right. Yes.
And rest in peace to your brother.
Rest in peace,
For
Shalim
real.
Tindall.
And is there anything you guys do like to celebrate him, like at yearly, or is
Hmm.
there?
Yeah, with all our family members and
Mm-hmm.
ancestors, we definitely commemorate on them on their birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and just do something big for them on their birthday. And we don't, my family never buried our loved ones. We've always done cremation,
Okay.
and we've always we get on a boat, we rent a yacht or what have you, and take the ashes up on the water, go into the bay, and then spread the ashes, play the drums, say,
Oh, that's a picture of him right there.
yeah, there you go, African prayers.
Oh, that's what's up.
And we spread the ashes upon the water. So um, ashes, dust to dust. Yeah, and yeah, that's how we commemorate them. And we just go to the water that day, or and kind of give memories, or what have you, and or go to my mom's house and eat. It depends on what we're doing. Yeah.
Was there ever an apology issued or any type of like anything
No,
from
they
the
never. No,
Oakland police part?
no, they don't. It was actually the Bar Pay
The
Station
police?
police. Yeah,
Yeah, the bar
I mean it's,
police.
it's the popos, but they like to. Hey, they're different than us, But
Right.
same system, ultimately, and they same. And he was trying to get immunity. That's what they were working on, him getting immunity. So which basically makes him exempt for any
Right,
type
from
of,
any
yes.
type of.
Hmm.
Does he still work for the police bar
He
police?
does, and they actually gave him a promotion. Yes, so that's what they like to
Wow.
do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that's disgusting.
yeah, and it's just kind of.
That is disgusting, and I just hate to like keep hearing this negative narrative. You know what I'm saying? Our black people are going through in our relationship with the police in general, just being very deadly. Being I'm tired of it.
Yeah, and ultimately, I have no beef with the police myself.
Right.
I have beef with different characters,
Right. The
different
consummate.
individuals.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Right.
you know, um, I walked past police. I just walked past police here. It was like a bunch of feds standing
Hmm.
outside in
Oh,
their
I seen
uniforms.
him.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know. I just kind of walked past them. I'm not mugging, but I'm not just speaking to them. I'm not going.
Hmm.
I'm not hello. I'm not speaking. I don't say hello anyway. But I'm not just. But one of them smiled and kind of nodded. I threw it. I said what's up. I didn't
Right.
speak, but I just kind of nodded my head too.
Hmm.
But I don't have no beef against them. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't I don't fuck with the popo, but I don't got no beef against them. You know what I mean?
Right.
To each his own. I know a few good officers
Officer.
actually.
Right.
That's cool.
Correct.
As you just seen on my story, had one speaking for me, Officer Rodney Lane. He
Right.
was speaking in my behalf, just how he actually helped raise us. His parents used to own the old school Virgos in
Oh, okay.
Fillmore. It was a corner store that was the neighborhood store that they used to feed everybody,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah. So he's a good officer that grew up in the hood, and yeah, he's showed us a lot of love through the years.
And it's good, I think, that we do, and I'm glad that you said that. Like, I feel like usually there's an imbalance of information, and just to see them, like, the way you just brought that back around, like, I don't
Right,
have no beef with all the
right,
police, it's actually some
right.
good,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's very commendable,
Cool. Thank you.
to
Appreciate it.
even be able to see that,
Right.
because I don't think I will be able to see
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, or it would
Yeah.
take some time.
Right. Well, yeah,
I don't know.
my grandmother's always told me to,
Mm-hmm.
don't judge a person by the way they look, judge them or
On the
their
conscious,
uniform.
yeah.
Yes, judge them by their actions and their
Right.
deeds for the most
Exactly.
part. Uh huh.
And I'm glad that you reminded, like, I'm glad that you put that out there in the universe, because I
Right.
think sometimes that we just need that reminding.
No,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was.
absolutely. I mean, just even, coming up, just, she taught us about the Quakers. She
Mm-hmm.
taught us that, hey, it's been white folks that's been down for y'all, down for us, down for y'all for,
Mm-hmm.
since the beginning, So that's why, we never just had this mentality like, oh, they're all against us, anything like that. I got a bunch of good friends. And one that I mentioned, Brian MacGyver, he's like 68-year-old white dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and and interesting story how I met him, but like we cool to this day, and that's my guy. You know what I
Right, right,
mean? And
right,
but it ain't about who you grew up with. It's about who's real to you for the most part. It's
right,
not about oh, we all came up with them, came up with all these black folks. I got people that's closer friends that I maybe only been knowing for the last 10 years, and compared to people I've been knowing my whole life. You know what I mean?
right.
I don't make them my buddies. I know them associates, but not necessarily homies.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. Well, I want to thank you for your time, Kareem, for coming out, sharing your stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life journey. And when you
Right.
got some more popping and cracking, come back down here
Yeah,
and shake the
absolutely,
branch.
absolutely.
And
It
then
will do.
Tularon, you need to come down here.
Mo better, mo cheddar. Get
Mo
down
better,
here,
Mo
man.
cheddar.
We just win.
What's happening for
Yeah.
real? This was a pleasure. Thank you to all the listeners. What I want to do is have you talk. I mean, say your Oh my god, I hate when my tongue get all tied. You know what I'm saying? He
You are
untied this
good. You are good.
motherfucker.
But before you untie, hold on.
Mm.
I gotta give a shout out to my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I should shout out to my dad because my dad definitely, moms raised us, and
Hmm.
we would only see my dad on the weekends. But my dad definitely was a great influence on us. Like people was asking us like, how y'all black and y'all know how to play tennis and ski and swim?
Oh,
Like
okay.
my dad exposed us to us a whole lot. You know what I mean? So shouts out to my dad because he definitely was there. We would only see him on the weekends, but it was enough to influence our lives. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
keep us in, tight. Keep us, in line, in pocket. Right, so I had to share pops out. Yeah.
Okay, so tell them how to keep in contact with you, all your socials. You got like dope boxing reels. You just beating the hell out of people online. You got a lot of stuff popping.
I do. I got a lot of stuff on Instagram. I'm
Hmm.
more of a story guy. I be playing my story. My life is a movie. I be
Okay.
my life is a story. No, but I'm always active. I'm doing things in the community and but my socials are Kareem Hard Hitter Mayfield. That's Kareem Karim and Hard Hitta Mayfield Hitta Mayfield. That's my Instagram. I don't really be on X. I don't really be on Facebook. I post stuff that go to IG to Facebook,
Yeah.
but and it's funny because I got on Facebook recently and I didn't get much love. I'm like, my Facebookers know, like, oh, you just over here. I don't know. Like base people, they know that you're not a common Facebooker. You know what I mean? It's funny though, but I was just telling my boy that. But anyways though, I'm on Snapchat. I don't really be on that. So to be honest, I ain't waste your time. Hit me on IG or tap in. My friend put up to Authentic 415. Come spin, get the win. You know what I mean? All the way live.
Thank you once again. Thank you to our listeners. Tap in with Kareem. Stay posted. If you got some kids that need some six figures, you need to sign them up for that program. You
Mm-hmm.
dig? And shout out to Ida B. Wells. We just had a passing of Salamawe Tarefa, which was one of the teachers at
Mm.
Ida B. Wells. She was actually my English
Oh
teacher.
wow.
She was a thug too.
Mobbing.
For real, because I try to game her up on the paper. I put
Mm.
that film or flavor
Right,
in her ear,
right.
and she wasn't having
Nah,
none of it.
right.
She and I remember in that class, she gave me an A plus. She was just like, you could study, you could write.
Hmm.
She was like, but you ain't never here. And one credit.
Right.
You know, and she's a very educated woman. She actually became a doctor. You know, like I said, she was a teacher and everything else like that. She was a mentor to me.
Right.
You know, and, you know, rest in peace to her. And,
Peace.
you know, for everybody out there going through hard times, you know what I'm saying? God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to Ghetto Poet Podcast. This is your ghost with the most, Bella Bella, and we out. Peace.
Of Forbes, early in his career, using feet, making.
Oh, it's a right hand.
He gets caught again with the right hand. Again, he lunges, leans forward, and he's in trouble.
He's trying to survive. A series of punches from the unbeaten Mayfield on the attack, and this fight is over. TKO victory.
Talking about an NABO Junior Welterweight Championship on the line. Mayfield with a big right here as we start off the fourth with some fireworks.
And Lopez's glove came close to touching right there, and Phillips is right on top of it watching. Mayfield does not let you breathe, Greg. He stays on you the whole fight.
Well, Mayfield smells blood, and he's going right after that cut.
Big right hand again from Mayfield. Nothing behind it. There's another right hand. Puts him down.
Lopez goes down, and he's frustrated. The first punch, it looked like Lopez said, hey, it didn't hurt me, and by the time he got it out of his mouth, Mayfield made him pay. Mayfield is too quick a fighter to mess around with.
You gotta protect yourself at all times. There's another right hand.
And Lopez quickly back on his feet. He showed that so far. Oh, big right hand. Down goes Lopez.
That serves a purpose in the sport. Junior welters, unbeaten prospects meeting up. Karim, Mayfield, Tito Serrano. Mayfield started getting the best of him in the third, Teddy.
Yeah, well, his right hand is his power punch, and he found out early he could land it.
Things got real interesting at the end of round 4. Right on the bell, picture perfect right hand from Karim Mayfield.
Yeah, that's his power punch, and he lands it clean. But watch the little subtlety here on this next replay. He dips a little bit to his left, dips low, and then he loops high. And that takes the eyes away from Serrano. Serrano never saw that punch. Watch again. He dips a little bit, then loops high. A clean punch, a blind punch. Serrano never saw it. He never got really...
A few straighter punches, but he reminds you of a 140-pound version of the old Mike Tyson.
You see a constant good right hand from Mayfield on the inside.
A counter left from Herrera. Chopping right hand comes from Mayfield. The uppercut got blocked. The left hand gets in. Final seconds of round 7. Left hand from Mayfield.
Here you see Mayfield landing this straight or kind of overhand right over and over again, right on the top of his jab, because Herrera comes in with his left hand down. Once again, there's the right hand is over the top. There it is again over the top. There's 3 times the same thing, doing straight right knee right there.
You know what I noticed there? Short punches. Oh,
Round 8 comes out. Mayfield opens up.
Smothering.